Welcome to the Member xCite presentation. This is a chance for members to increase their profile amongst the businesses here and online. It's not a sales pitch, but a 10-minute insight into your field, a business innovation, or interesting area of your life. The concept is to provide great content that's helpful or interesting to the audience, and members are welcome to apply to present an xCite across any of our events, as well as our Facebook Lives, reaching audiences of over 10,000, building your brand credibility, and exponentially growing your business.
Today I have Robyn Ratcliff, and are you in for a treat because she is an amazing coach. So I'll just give you a little bit of a background about Robyn. She is the founder of Ultimate Outcomes Coaching and Training. Today she's going to be talking about maintaining self-care and balance in your life, which is really important at the minute because there's so much happening in all our worlds at the minute. So she's going to bring some great tips to help you. The presentation today is about striking the perfect chord of work and life.
So I work with many business owners and career people, and they all say that they are too busy, time poor, and their lives are unhappy. And this time, particularly this crazy, weird season that we're going through at the moment, I think it's a really good time for us to stop and to take stock of our lives and make some changes, because really soon we're all going to be back into normality, back to running our businesses and trying to fit our life in around that. So I'm Robyn Ratcliff from Ultimate Outcomes Coaching and Training, and I hope I can give you some tips today so that your work-life balance is just the way that you want it to be. So what is it anyway? It sounds great, but how do you actually get it? And do you actually even want it or need it? So work is about, the work that we do, the things that we have to do to pay the bills, and things that we need to do to keep our life functioning, paid or unpaid, or inside or outside of the house. And life is those things that we do for our own personal fulfillment, the things that you really enjoy and you want to do. And the balance is getting both sides right so that we're happy. So to move towards life balance, we need to become aware of how we're spending our time, to notice where we're satisfied and where we're not balanced and where we're not happy. And in order to do that, we really need to know what is balanced, what would we like, what makes us happy, because there's no rules around this. It's what works for us. It's what we want to do. And that's really individual. So nobody can say it has to be 50% life, 50% work, or 90% work, 10% life. There's no rules. It's what you want in your life. So you need to know what that is. You need to have some kind of vision of that. And then identify the obstacles that interfere with your quest for balance, such as your own thoughts, words, and actions. And also look at other obstacles, such as other people's opinions, schedules, and actions that other people want you to do. And finally, put it all into action. Awareness, desire, and identifying your obstacles that are important, but moving towards balance. And you need to take action to do this. So work-life balance isn't a destination. It's just something, decisions that we make daily, routines that we have daily that make up our life. So there's a big debate about whether we can really achieve work-life balance. And I really think it's all in our own perspective. And we all have a different idea of what that is for us. And also at different times in our life, it will be different. So it's not a destination. It's not something that you achieve and then it's done. Instead, life balance is a series of adjustments that you make all through the day, every day, that either move you further towards or further away from balance. And the key is to increase your awareness when making these decisions. So instead of making them instinctively, determine in the moment if the decision will move you further or further to or further away from balance. So something as simple as being aware of the decisions you make and the actions you take will naturally cause you to move towards a life of balance. So let's think about what your perfect day is. What do you really want that to be? And as I said before, it's individual, and it will change at different times throughout the year, different times throughout our life, depending on what, you know, our focus may be. I know myself, there's been many, many times when doing something for work has been, you know, getting 99% of my focus. And then there's other times when it's like been getting a very small amount, and family or travel or things that I like to do have been so much more important. So it's not something that has to be the same every week. We change it according to what we want. You know, during our young adult years, we might be more focused on our career, knowing that the work we do is preparing us for a more leisurely future and the opportunity to pursue more fulfilling activities. When we have children, or young children maybe, and a job, there may be less time for personal growth. And then when we retire, we're able to do more volunteer work and other things that may be important to us and devote more time to our personal interests. So at various times through our lives, our work-life balance will change. And it's about what we're focusing on in that particular time. So I want you to think about, what is your perfect day? How would you like your life to be? Because if we don't know what we want, we've got no chance of getting there. So take some time and think, what do I really want in my life? What are my real values? What's the most important things? And what are the things that I want to be doing in my life? So just have a few minutes about, you know, or maybe not now, when we finished, write down and make a picture of what you want your life to look like. So I've got 4 steps here that might be able to help you a little bit. So some people feel that in order to have more balance in their life, they need to make life-altering changes. And while that might be true for some people, and I hope it's not true for too many people, most of us will experience more balance if we just start making small, intentional changes. And oftentimes it's the small, deliberate changes that ultimately have us feeling more peaceful, content, and in control at the end of the day. And there's a few small things that you can implement right now that can have a big impact on your life balance. Maybe you could do something as simple as choosing one night a week to have a family dinner, or a dinner with your loved one or whoever you choose. But make a conscious decision that one night a week you will have dinner with the family or whoever. Another thing you could do is maybe you could redistribute some household responsibilities. You know, start with small things, but, you know, are there other people in your household that might be able to do something that you're doing to give you a little bit more time? And a lot of us are really bad at asking for help when we need it. You know, a lot of us think that nobody can do anything as good as what we can do it, and we don't want to ask for help, but that's not helping us. And really important, the 4th little thing, if you can do, is try and spend just 15 minutes a day in what I call quiet time. Read, meditate, have a bath, go for a walk, have a little cat nap. Something that you really enjoy for just 15 minutes, and make a commitment to do that every day. Because life balance is about making conscious decisions and choices every single day that will move you towards having balance. And you might need to do that in little baby steps like that I've just suggested to you. Just little steps, but something every day will help. So just think about the changes that you might be able to make. What choices can we make? Think about some choices in your in your life. What we need to be doing is being really, really aware of what's going on in our life. Be aware of where we're spending our time. And then, know, as I said, really, really important to know what you want. Really know that you want what you want your life to look like. And then identify some influences that both positive and negative. So influences that can help you to get you towards having a more balanced life, and then the influences in your life that are actually taking you away. So being aware of those and then putting those into practice. And this is a really, really big one. Work-life balance can be a constant struggle for all of us. And it seems like that even though we've got more conveniences in our life now, and so we should be having more time, it doesn't seem like that. It seems like we are having less and less time in our lives. The more demands that are placed on us, the more that we tune out to the stresses of lives. And robotically, we just get through our to-do list. And then we collapse at the end of the day, just to start it all over again at the end of the day, the next day, and probably with an even bigger to-do list. That's not the way life is meant to be. And we have to consciously make changes and make decisions so that our life just isn't like that every day. And there is a way that you can do that. And it's just that 2-letter word that says no. So before you instinctively say yes to the requests of your friends, your family, your boss, or your clients, whoever it is, ask yourself how it will impact you if you say yes. And then, do you have an option to say no? Because, when we say yes to something, whatever it is, we're saying no to something else. And then the other side of the coin is when we're saying no to something, we are saying yes to something else. So start saying no to the things that you don't really need to do. And just by choosing to say no more often, you'll regain a significant amount of your time and feel more balanced and more in control. So everybody needs some me time. Self-care is a critical part of living a well-balanced life, but it can be a real struggle when there are more things to do in a day than there is time to do them. And if you're used to putting everyone and everything else before your own needs, you need to stop and make some changes. You need to be able to get into the habit of taking some time for yourself. And as I said, just start with 15 minutes. Schedule that time into your calendar to do the things that you enjoy, and make arrangements ahead of time if you need to. If you need to arrange for a babysitter, you need to budget for something, check with friends, or get some help from your spouse, or whatever you need to do, put all of those things in place so that it happens. It may just be your warm bath. It may just be a walk around the block, night out with friends, but it's imperative to take care of you before stress and fatigue make you ill, because then you can't do anything. You can't enjoy anything in your life. And you may not even be here to have a life. It is so, so important. And we get caught up in that, no, we can do it, I have to do it. No. Stop. Stop and start making some small changes now. Taking me time will make a huge difference in your satisfaction and fulfillment in life. So is it a dream or is it real? So having a balanced life feels like an elusive dream for many of us. And every year It's on high on the list of things that people want to change. There's no doubt that our lives are filled with demands pulling us from many different directions, sometimes with no end in sight. But small choices can make a big difference in getting your life back into balance. You know, so many times we hear of stories that, you know, people were running their business and they were working so hard, you know, and then had all these plans for what they're going to do next year or in 10 years' time, and they don't make it. Don't let that happen. You know, we never know how long we've got here on this earth. And I don't mean to sound all depressing and everything, but tomorrow's never guaranteed. So make the changes that you need to make today for your life, in your health, in your family, and in your business. So life balance is something that we all aspire to. You know, it might seem like a goal that you're never going to get to. There are some simple steps you can take to take control of your life instead of having it controlling you. So imagine living a life in which your time is your own and where your opportunities for fun and enjoyment are equally balanced with opportunities for work. So try and make these simple changes. So 1, decide that when you do something with friends or family, that you'll be fully engaged in the process. Do not have a negative attitude or be distracted by other things, and you'll find yourself enjoying times and activities so much more. You know, our mobile phones and our office, our business for a lot of us are on our phones. So it can be very hard. Leave it at home sometimes. Turn it off for an hour and just don't think about it. Think and focus on something enjoyable, something with friends or something that you love doing, and put your business aside. Another thing is to reevaluate your traditions. So if the old ones are causing you too much stress, too much money, too much energy, choose some new ones. You can choose anything you want to. So have a look at things, you know, just because you've always done something one way doesn't mean that you have to continue doing that. Change is a choice. So choose to be what I call out of pocket. We need to be out of pocket more. No cell phones, no email, no texting, and no appointments. And just try it for a little while and then grow it. So I want you in the next week to reclaim some more time for yourself and just start with that 15 minutes a day. So there's 3 questions that can make a big difference each day when we make choices that influence our pace and quality of life. And often we're completely unaware of the choices we're making and how they affect our life balance. So we're often operating from habits and instinct or need. And while it's a good thing that we don't have to worry about every little choice that we make, when it comes to creating a balance between our work and our life, it's critical to be conscious and deliberate about our decisions. Otherwise, you may find yourself feeling the negative effects of your unconscious choices by feeling overwhelmed and out of control, stressed, and even sick. So there's 3 questions that I want you to ask yourself. Is this decision moving me towards or away from a balanced life? And the second one, do I have a choice? And the third one, if I don't have a choice, what can be a positive perspective around this decision? So these 3 questions can make a big difference in your personal and professional fulfillment. And is there a price? Living out of balance, there is definitely a price. Consistently living out of balance at a frantic pace comes with a price, not only for the people who are experiencing the imbalance, but also for the people that they care about and the organizations that they serve, your businesses. Frantic, chaotic, hectic lifestyles cost us joy in our life. And you know, you're probably hearing it too. People that are saying at the moment, when people are at home or working from home, or, you know, we seem to be having more time, some of us, how good it is. I've spoken to dads saying they're working from home, they're getting to play with the kids in the yard. Or, you know, a lot of people taking up hobbies. Bumped into someone the other day who was saying that, you know, they'd never have time to do their artwork, painting, and how they were enjoying doing that. And at the moment, we're probably not consciously making those choices because we have got time. But in a little while, everything's going to be back to the way that it was. So choose to move towards balance. So instead of paying the price, you can reap the reward. So choose your leisure activities wisely. You only have a limited hours in the day for fun. So spend them on the things that you really love to do. And when someone asks you to do something, don't just say yes, only to regret it later. Consider it. Consider first how things will impact you, how that saying yes or no will impact you. And plan at least one task every day that you know you will complete and that you feel good about. And identify the most stressful things in your life and make simple changes so they feel less stressful. So you have the power to make these small, simple changes throughout the day. And these small little changes, small, simple decisions will have big impact on your life.